2, 3, let's go!
Waste in all forms is a big problem throughout the world. We are focusing on food waste at the University of Minnesota Twin Cities and how it relates to increased production needs, inputs, and outputs. We want our viewers to understand the magnitude of energy waste associated with the way food is consumed in the traditional dining hall setting. Food waste is an enormous problem in North America. The United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization estimated from 2010 to 2012, 1 in every 8 people on Earth were chronically undernourished, yet 1.3 billion tons of food is wasted every year. In the U.S., 40% of food is wasted through consumer waste, production waste, retail waste, and inadequate storage and packaging. In the majority world, a similar amount is not eaten, but due to losses as a result of poor transportation and roads, storage problems, pests, flooding, and drought, this amounts to huge losses every year, many of which are preventable. Due to these facts, we believe that food waste in the dining halls and food waste outside of the university is a problem that contributes to mass energy waste on a much larger scale.
As stated earlier, there are many other possible uses for the food if it wasn't wasted. Locally, if someone decides to not want their leftovers packed up at a restaurant, the restaurant simply throws it out. This amounts to 49,296,540 pounds of food wasted per day. In the US, food waste is anywhere from 34% of the food supply, and the single largest source of waste being thrown into landfills. This information was gathered by the USDA and the Environmental Protection Agency. Rotting food in landfills contributes to methane emissions, which is a greenhouse gas and contributor to climate change. 28% of the world's agricultural land is used for the food that will never be consumed, which also means huge energy and water waste that is used in agricultural production and loss of energy and resources that go into transporting foods that won't be eaten. This equates to economic losses of approximately $750 billion a year worldwide and an enormous amount of financial loss.
Fixing the world's food waste problem wouldn't be realistic if we started big right away. However, at a smaller scale, we believe that the University of Minnesota can relieve our food waste problems by the implementation of cost-effective solutions.
Currently on campus, we haven't found much that is being done to combat food waste. Thus far, we have found that the dining halls have posters up which talk about food waste and its negative consequences. Also, we have found out that the dining halls weigh the amount of waste that is produced after each meal service. At 17th Avenue Dining Hall, we've also found out that there is a new way of serving food whereby the chefs pre-portion the food on plates and students have to take them. Also, across campus, there are designated bins for different types of trash, such as cans and bottles, paper, and also regular trash.
Tyler, nice to meet you. To you, how big of a problem is food waste with you?
I'd say that there's definitely a lot of food waste. I see plates with a lot of stuff left over. I mean, I've left stuff over before, so it's definitely an issue.
Do you think it's like a growing problem?
I wouldn't say it's growing. I feel like it's just kind of as it is.
Okay, cool.
And it's always been an issue.
All right, so what are you doing to prevent food waste?
Putting what I think I'm going to eat on my plate. That's the biggest thing. Making sure I eat it all.
Yeah, food was decent today, but again, like so many people have said, the chicken tasted so bad, and it wasn't cooked at all. Like you can see, it's still red. So, yeah, that's like the biggest problem. A lot of the time, the meat isn't cooked, and people have to end up throwing it because they'll get sick if they eat it. So,
Food waste in the dorms have a variety of consequences. In a monetary sense, the more food that is wasted, the more food that has to be produced and ordered. This cost is then inadvertently passed on to students, which means that they will feel less obligated to minimize the waste as they are paying thousands and thousands of dollars for food.
From this, we've came up with a few solutions to mitigate the food waste problem here at the dining halls. One of our solutions is to better educate students about food waste. Obviously, the posters in the dining halls aren't working, so we propose things like campaigns and seminars to inform students about food waste. We'd even like to see mandatory online programs from the university, like Alcohol EDU. Our next solution is to change the serving styles within the dining hall. There are 2 kinds of serving styles within the dining halls. Self-serve, which is used in Centen, and pre-portioned service, which is used in 17th. Comparing the 2 dining halls, 17th had noticeably less waste, and we believe that is because of the no self-service style. We propose to get rid of this self-service style as a whole because when students are allowed to scoop however much food they want, they tend to grab more than what they can eat, which leads to a lot of excess food being thrown away. Another solution that we have is something to incentivize students not to waste food. We'd have a monitor and some sort of scale in the dining hall to measure how much food is being wasted by each student. And each time you don't waste food, you get an electronic stamp to your U-card. Every 20 stamps that you get one free swipe at the dining hall. There'd be more details into this, but that is the general idea of what we propose in order to encourage students not to waste food. We've also thought of using digester technology as another solution to the food waste problem.
Using digester technology truly conceptualizes the food cycle. It gives us a way to have a sustainable input and output food waste cycle. By using the digesters to produce electricity from the wasted food, we can help to close the food waste cycle. Food waste facilitates a need for a higher food production. More food waste will result in increased food production to compensate for that, and as a result of that, more food will be wasted in the end, just like it was before.
On doing further research, we have realized that Michigan State University has implemented this digester technology. Piggybacking off the Michigan State University digesters, we believe that the University of Minnesota can definitely implement this technology, as we have calculated that the U wastes approximately 70,000 pounds of food through its dining halls. We believe that with this 70,000 pounds of food, the U can implement this in the digester technology to better produce energy and become more sustainable over a longer period of time. We understand that there are setbacks with digester technology, but we believe that if implemented as soon as possible, that the long run benefits will far outweigh the initial costs of investment.
On viewing this film, we hope you understand how problematic food waste is at the University of Minnesota.
As mentioned earlier in the film, there are a variety of things that we can do. Things like educating more people, incentivizing students, implementation of digester technology, and veering away from the traditional way of serving food to a more efficient way like at 17th Avenue.
We believe that it isn't too late to change. Through doing small things every day, we believe that we can cut away at the amount of food waste that we produce and in time make a significant difference.